always been a fan of this theme. And I love that kind of, once I learned about it as well, the whole like ticking clock kind of metronome style thing going on in the background. It's pretty cool. I forgot the details, one of my lesser watch videos, but if you're ever curious about the music of Final Fantasy X, I covered some of my Ultimania interviews about the soundtrack of the game. And it's under like Ultimania Secrets, and I talk about the music. So it's definitely something worth watching if you're interested. But yeah, relative to a maximum HP, like the enemies in Final Fantasy X do more damage than most Final Fantasy games, so I'm pretty sure about that. Now, can I at least take it out in one hit with Thundara? Just about, okay. That helps. Now, realistically, honestly, we should just be using Water here. I mean, this is probably one of the best options for taking this guy out. It's not quite enough, but it's pretty good. It's probably no small part because there's no front-back throw system. Maybe, but I mean, even like when I was doing Final Fantasy VIII attack only, like literally some of the first encounters you get into can do like 4 damage. And Squall has like, what, 600 or 500 HP at the start, and you take like 4 damage or 8 damage. So I think like the lowest amount of damage is just, it's really low in a lot of the other games.
Farewell.
Nice.
No time to waste. Let's go.
Forget exactly where the chests were always with this one. I tried to like use the map to go to the corners if I can, but gonna be a lot of encounters here. And usually it's a very nice spot for stealing, but this guy is more dangerous, I think. I think still Lulu's pretty useful here. I mean, getting that Thundara has been pretty clutch for us, I have to say. Let's use an overdrive here. There's a while to go before the next boss. We need to get slice and dice and stuff. Terrible damage, of course, but that's fine. Honestly, since we're here already, let's just quickly replenish and keep moving. The encounter rate is high though, man. I have to say. High enough that this time I'm going to skip it. Because now everyone's getting experience and stuff too, we're just going to get increasingly OP. I'm not going to constantly do it, but just now and then. I felt like we had a few too many that time. Right. TKO works against this guy as well. Yeah, basically one of our weaknesses is flyers here. Like, usually, other than Lulu's magic, we don't have too many more options. Just a shame Kimari's accuracy is just too low. But that time it worked. That's good. TKO. Nope. Yeah, the lightning dodging that I had to do for the attack only challenge was definitely fun. I'm just going to wait this out. Fair enough, okay. Didn't need the TKO this time.
See ya.
But yeah, that Tidus strength being so low is starting to hurt now. Just let me speak to Mage. It's been a while. I've generally ignored him a bit, but let him say his piece.
Well, hello there. Would you like to hear about this place?
Let's hear about this place.
Very well. Let me tell you about the crossing. A long time ago, this place was a traveler's nightmare. Plains of lightning, plains of thunder. Those who cross are torn asunder. Or so they used to say. Then a man by the name of Bilghen appeared. Using machina, he built towers that served as lightning rods across the plains. Finally, travelers were able to cross in safety. Bilghen was building that tower over there when he was struck and killed by lightning.
Rip. There you go. His voice is just so perfect, man. I don't know if his voice actor, because this game is so old, I don't know if his voice actor was already quite old back then, if he's still alive, but if he is and still working and they make a Final Fantasy X remake while he's alive, he should reprise his role as Machen. But yeah, definitely needing to rely a little bit more on magic here for things I can't hit. He's the same voice actor as Old Dallin in Final Fantasy XII. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, definitely some iconic voices. Gonna have to take one thunder here. And then Tidus, the Black Mage Prodigy, as someone in the chat put it. Gonna finish it off. I mean, even over 1,000 damage isn't an overkill. I know it has 1,200 HP, but that's a bit lame. Like, that should be an overkill. Psych is in the house. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us. Keep going. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's the mean attack right there. Like, that attack is huge. And I haven't put any lightning protection on, to be honest. So this was a bad start. A very bad start. This is how, like, things can get dangerous very quickly. And why no fleeing challenges can be much more difficult. Especially if you're relatively low level. Like, no sphere grid starts to get really brutal here unless you've got, like, initiative or you can escape and that kind of thing. So, where do we begin here? Actually, kind of curious, what can we even mix together? Not mixing this. What happens if you just mix 2 power spheres? Surely we at least get something that can kill most of these guys, right? That should still kill everyone. If it doesn't, it'll be a game over, maybe. Screw it. That should be enough. Yeah. So there you go. So when Riku has an overdrive, at least we can get something like that out of it. Okay. So that was definitely a dangerous one. Need to keep working our way around the grid. But it's starting to really motor now in terms of HP and stuff. It's funny how many people basically talk about the fact that on their first playthroughs, they kind of did a no sphere grid almost by accident. Because they didn't really understand the sphere grid as well. I always find that kind of funny. It's like, how on earth could you have got through? Like, the first time I played, I definitely used the sphere grid. I made some really weird decisions and stuff, but like I couldn't have completed the game if I was mostly like no sphere grid and didn't use it properly. But it's definitely something I've heard more than once. Now this is interesting And she has the MP to use it like one time. So for a boss battle, if a boss is immune, not immune to some of the breaks, that could be very interesting. I'm going to go for the more immediate strength here. I used the sphere grid but was severely underleveled for Yuna. Yeah, I mean, even if you did use the sphere grid, the game still had a lot of challenges, especially once you go beyond like the calm lands, I think. Yeah, we've all definitely got some stories like that of our earliest Final Fantasy experiences where we did silly things. But we get Bio, which is also a pretty powerful one. That's nice. So just as things start to get a bit more difficult, the team starts to kind of come along here. As Titus is 27 agility, he's very quick, but he's just so weak. Right. Let's keep going. At least make it to the halfway house. But yeah, you can see the agility here. He gets like a double turn off of this one and stuff. He's definitely getting very quick now. Immune to slow. Interesting. Yeah, our damage output is not the best. I think Titus might have to use a Water on it, honestly. So we don't get ourselves into any trouble here. Yeah, should be able to kill it. Oh, wow. Magic defense is pretty good too. But yeah, we should be able to kill it. Okay, I think Bio does no damage of its own, so it's more useful for like longer encounters where poison would help. I meant to do it the other way. I was looking at the chat. Halfway house. Yes, the midpoint of the Thunder Plains, where the agency is. But Waka dies again, making a habit of that.
Ooh, I'm back.
This is the last game with a mix ability, isn't it? It's not in 12, 13, 15, 16. Not that I can recall. I guess technically in 15, don't you have to like mix together spells? Like you mix together a bunch of items to be able to use spells or something, which I hated. If you call that a mix, then I guess 15 has mixing, no? But it's not called mix, but you mix stuff together to make spells, I think. Or something like that. Wow, so over 2,000 HP for Auron. Excellent, so he's still beasting. Okay. Ah, my man Toby, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Yuna. Okay, she's going to get a little bit more HP too, which should help. There are some beefier boss battles coming up soon, so we need to be careful. Now, is there any benefit to cactars? You know what? Maybe yes. Maybe yes. I like gil and stuff. I think they give you a lot of gil if you manage to beat them. Okay. I think I prefer to keep Titus out with his high agility. You can fight them and flare them. That's a good point. Now, I'm using Waltiger quite a lot too. I'm not sure if it's worth doing that. Wait. Was this an enemy that was... Could I use Threaten against it? Let's find out. Instead of the chat telling me the answer, let's just see. Because if I can... And I forgot, if you use Threaten, can it still evade? I don't remember any of that, but let's just give it a go. At least we'll do something a little different here.
Don't move.
Okay. And then let's find out. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's absolutely bullshit. It's frozen with fear. It shouldn't be able to do that. That's so lame. But are they immune to death is another question. But let's find out. It's been threatened. Miss. Miss? It didn't say immune, it said miss. What? It didn't say immune, it said miss. That's weird. Basically, I didn't want to have to use a flare if I don't have to, but... Yeah, Corypheon's gonna have to explain what the miss was. Isn't there like an inherent like 1% chance that an attack like that misses? Is that really that, or was it just...
Got you covered.
It has a partial resistance. Usually they don't seem to have partial resistance like that. And it wouldn't say miss, would it? I don't know. It's weird. But you know what? Tidus taking out a Cactuar with a flare is kind of funny, so let's do it. Surely it dies. Oh my god, it had the 255 magic defense. What a dick. Sheesh. How do we kill this guy? Lightning Marble. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Cactuars, man. They're so OP. I'm not sure if I have a good move here. It just means death infliction failed. It has an 80% chance. Ah, that sucks. Let's see how much damage we can do if we just hit it. Oh, yes. Not immune to petrification. So, both being able to hit it and petrify it, that worked pretty well. There you go. Got some nice skill and a spiritual armlet. So I guess you could TKO it all along. It's been a while. This is like HP stroll or MP stroll? Yeah, okay. Wiki says they're immune to petrify and death, but that seems wrong. Maybe there's the two like different variants. Maybe the stronger variant's completely immune. But we made it. It's a shame that I had to waste the flare. I completely forgot that their magic defense was insane. Alright, let's go. But yeah, like for example, Tidus not being able to kind of one-hit KO these guys, like stuff like that makes a difference in these battles. Yeah, exactly. The Thunder Plains one is a Cactuar with a Q, and the Beaconel one is the Cactuar with a C. The ones in Beaconel you can't threaten.
Enough.
So I guess, like,
No time to waste.
I'm just thinking
Let's
the
go.
threaten move, they can still evade you. Is it basically the same as like a delay attack? Threaten, like what was it useful for? Was it basically a delay? Like mechanically, are they equivalent? I'm not really sure what it does, because obviously the logic is that it freezes in place and you should be able to hit it, but it doesn't work like that, so I'm not sure. Threaten is fascinating, says Corypheon. Let's wait to see more. Yeah, let's just, I guess, wait here. Hope it doesn't run away. We'll just have to wait for Waka to do his thing. Oh boy. Thankfully I can survive that. Immobilize or stop attack, yeah, okay. Didn't work that time. Maybe we get lucky. Nope. So this time I'll use Threaten again. I guess if it's kind of like a delay, that would help.
Don't move.
What it does is it sets the target CTB to the same as the caster's. While Threaten is active, both the caster and target are immune to delay / CTB heal, and counterattacks are deactivated. Whoa. That's really interesting. Counterattacks are deactivated as well. Wow. Okay, so it forms like this kind of connection between the caster and the enemy. But there you go. That was a bit lucky. Sure. So yeah, definitely a strange mechanic that many of us don't really use much at all. That's why this game is so great. There's just always more to learn. Tidus just gets even more agility. This is ridiculous. He's become like a really fast-paced mage. If only he had a little bit more MP, he's gonna get a little more at least. He'd be a real like mage powerhouse. Okay, more agility. That's useful. Yeah, so far so good. We're getting some nice stat boosts here. Yeah, there's still a little bit more to go for Kimari as well. We've got some nodes for him to activate still. Yeah, just as our MP started to run low, we've made it to the travel agency. If you try to haste...
That was a close one.
If you try to haste a character who is currently threatening an enemy, it just misses.
Yes, ma'am.
Interesting.
What's wrong?
You're giving me the creeps.
Yeah, Riku gets like super creepy in the scene. It turns into like a horror scene briefly. This stuff here is just super creepy.
Whoa!
I want to go home. I hate lightning. I hate thunder. Let's go rest over there, please.
Gremlin Riku.
This storm never stops. Better to cross quickly.
I know, but just for a little while.
Well, what now?
So if you threaten a slowed enemy, it could move sooner.
Pretty please?
Yes.
Just a few minutes.
It can also end up lowering the enemy's delay. We'll stand by Riku
I'm
here.
scared of lightning. Let's rest, please. Pretty please.
Auron's line is just worth
I'm
it.
too young to die. You're mean, cruel. Your moms would be ashamed of you. Are you having fun doing this to me?
Fine. We rest. She's worse than the storm.
She's worse than the storm. I love it. So, yeah, I was thinking about this threaten mechanic. It's interesting to me. So, originally,
A little tired.
Auron gets it, right? And I guess that's pretty
Do you have a
genius
room available?
mechanics because Auron has such low agility.
Lady Summoner. Yes.
So,
just
if
over
it
that
syncs
way.
up with the CTB of the caster,
Thank you.
then the game giving it to Auron by default is very smart because he's so slow. So I guess
Not like her.
threaten being used by a high agility character is worse than the low agility one. So it might be like a very low key, like smart mechanic by the game that many of us kind of never really appreciate, I guess.
It's not easy being a guardian to a summoner so young.
It's good that despite all that shenanigans, he's still in good spirits. He's having fun. Yeah, I do like this scene.
What?
Well, where after Waka comes in anyway.
Whoa! Oi!
Yes?
Ow! Oh.
So awkward.
Well, it's nothing really. I just I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come in.
The way he transitions the conversation here. This.
Hey, wasn't that Jisco Guado guy?
sphere is his will. It says, take care of my son.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. His son, Seymour? Well, I know one way to take care of
He
him.
saw the future.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Yeah, from here onwards, I love it. The way Waka comes in, it's hilarious.
What do you think you're up to?
Yuna was acting funny.
Yeah. She'll tell us when she's ready, so hold your Chocobo still then. Yeah.
All right.
I'd love to believe that like James Arnold Taylor and John DiMaggio recorded this live, like in the booth together, where he's literally got him in a headlock. Okay. Save up. Yeah, hold your chocobos is also a great line. I love that. After playing 16, it's nice to hear chocobos being pronounced like that again. Yes. I can't chocobos is just so bad. It's chocobos, I'm sorry. I just can't accept any other pronunciation. It's just not right.
It's not stopping, is it?
Don't tell me you were hoping it would. Fine, stay here.
All right already. But you didn't have to say it like that, you know. You could be more comforting or something.
You big meanie.
You know, try to cheer me up. You just don't get me at all, do you? Hey, are you listening? I'm not scared. I'm not scared, you hear?
Isn't chocobo just the British way though? Maybe it is. I don't know. It's a made up word, so I don't know if there's a specifically British way to pronounce it or not. English is weird at the best of times with pronunciations. But obviously I've always heard it as chocobo. Chocobo just always sounded wrong to me. But yeah, now that I think of it, I don't know if there's a character who has more of a British accent that pronounces it as chocobo in the series. I think all the ones that say chocobo kind of have more Americanized accents. I used to say chicobo as a kid. That's cute. Okay, let's go for that. That helps against the big, like, area of effect one. Right, here we go. The second half. Okay, these guys have quite a lot of HP, so it's more... I'm not going to use, like... I'm probably not going to use Water for these ones. Actually, there's a save in the middle, so I'm just going to do that. Is it going to be enough? Okay. Final Fantasy 12 characters say Chocobo too. Yeah, okay. It's not going to be enough. Thankfully the TK is working well. I mean it's 50%, but sometimes it really does feel like it's higher than 50 to me. 2 Thunderbolts, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking of the word chocolate because that's like obviously the way it's written, it's closer to chocobo. That's why like chocolate and chocobo, yes, obviously that definitely makes sense, but it's not like it's pronounced like Americans say more like chocolate. No, it's not like it's chocobo. So that doesn't work either. Do you get what I mean? It's not. I don't think it's that kind of British versus US pronunciation. I don't know. Chocobos. Wow. Okay, first Iron Giant. Now, TKO works once again, but I kind of don't want to use it because if these two both stay alive, confusion is still a big problem for us. So I need to make sure.
So, how shall we do this?
That's why Final Fantasy 16 didn't win Best V8 Game Awards, otherwise excellent. That one mistake was unforgivable. I mean, if they managed to win Best Soundtrack without having a Chocobo theme, then Ben definitely still deserved to win it. But I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, so I can't comment. But I've heard like the Baldur's Gate 3 actor's performance was incredible and deserved to win, so fair play. Gazal Green's pronunciations. Oh man. Yeah, that's one of those I kind of almost glossed over in my head, like until I heard someone pronounce it in the game. And then when they said Gazal, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, that's a good way to pronounce it. It'd be kind of funny if you could threaten this guy. I'm doubtful, but it'd be kind of funny.
Stop.
Yeah, he's not having any of that. And he's targeting Waka. Let's do a bio in case TKO is not working so well. I guess we have enough to nab Gil now. I wonder how much Gil we can nab. Let's have a look at this. 357. Fair enough. He might die here, but nice. I do think, considering Ben played a main character and Neil played a side character, should have been favourable to Ben. Yeah, I agree. That's the only kind of, I guess, the most objective argument about the whole thing. That I believe the Baldur's Gate had such a crazy ensemble cast situation that I don't think the guy who won was like a main, a leading character. But again, I don't know the game well enough to comment. But Ben was such a kind of, I don't know what the award was. Was it for just best actor in general, or was it best lead performance? I forgot what it was, but yeah. At least he won the joystick awards one, so I think there's still some more awards to come, so I think he's definitely gotten plenty of love for the role, and he definitely deserves it. Would have been nice to have that one too, though. They should have made Kimari Raw. Good point. That would have been, I think that would have worked. Let's grab these final few bits. I think there's a little more for Kimari, or is there? No. Oh wait, okay, fine. There's magic and there's evasion, but that's literally it. Right. Keep going. Daddy Sid should have been nominated too. Agree. Yes. Just loved Sid's voice acting. Actually, interesting. People can tell me if I'm wrong on this, but I was recently rewatching the Harry Potter movies, and I think it's the final film where there's the Carrows that kind of come to Hogwarts, and they're enforcers of laws and stuff. But they're from the Ministry or something. And I believe the voice actor for Sid plays one of the Carrows, their siblings, and he plays one of the Carrows, which was kind of random. I remember watching the credits, and I saw I think his name is Ralph Ineson, and I was like, wait a minute, I know that name. And then yeah, so I think that's the case, but not 100% sure. Now I'm just gonna keep threatening stuff with Kimari to see if it works. It just buys me more time if it does. A little bit more time.
Stop.
There you go. So yeah, I think if someone can check on IMDb or something, I do believe. He was in Deathly
Don't
Hallows.
move.
Einsen, like Ninesen. Ah, yeah. I'd never heard it be pronounced before, to be fair. Ninesen. Einsen. Interesting name. But yeah, amazing as Sid. He was an Ironborn in Game of Thrones. Ah, yeah, true. Yes, he was in Game of Thrones as well. It's been longer since I've seen any Game of Thrones. Forgot about that. Right. Auron will get a turn before this guy, so that's okay. Okay, take care of business here. Done.
Farewell.
And done.
That's how it's done.
Okay. So far, so good still. Other than that one time we basically got ambushed and we got that big area of effect move, we've generally been fine. Yeah, Ralph Ineson, one of the Carrows in Harry Potter 6, 7, 8. There you go. The interesting random tidbit there. I'm not even sure if he has like a spoken line in the film. I barely remember. I just remember seeing it in the credits. I didn't even really notice it during the film. I kind of noticed it afterwards. I think they're a bit more of a factor in the books. Oh, nice. Haven't encountered many Iron Giants so far, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, still not bothering to dodge these.
Everyone, wait.
What's up?
I have something to tell you.
Here? We're almost out of here. Let's go.
Poor
I
Riku.
have to say it now.
Over there.
Like, they 100% would have been struck by lightning by now if they stood there for that long. I would have loved to have kind of seen, not them be struck directly, that would be a bit thing, but something right there because they stood out there too long.
Somehow, my bad feelings always come true.
I've decided to marry.
I thought so.
Why does she react like that? She's the one that's like, oh, as long as it's this, that, the other,
Why? Why'd you change your
I
mind?
should be fine with it. But
For Spira's future and Yevon's unity. I thought it would be
like, it felt
the
like
best
no one
thing
other
to
than
do.
Titus opposed her in
That's
any
not
way,
good
and
enough.
now suddenly everyone's like, that's not good enough,
Wait, is
shaking
it?
their heads and blah blah blah.
Is it
So
because of Lord Jiskel?
it's a bit weird.
Hey, that sphere!
Show me.
Show me.
I can't. I must speak to Maester Seymour first. I truly am sorry, but this is... It is a personal matter.
You're kidding, huh?
As you wish.
I'm sorry.
Just one thing.
I won't quit my pilgrimage.
Then it is fine.
Wait a minute, Auron. You don't care? I mean, you're not gonna stop her?
No, I'm not. As long as she is willing to face sin, all else is her concern. That is a summoner's privilege, as long as she journeys.
But yeah, you got to see how everyone really feels about the situation.
But that's...
Yuna, just one question.
Such a condescending way to speak to her.
Can't you just talk to Maester Seymour?
Like she's 10.
You got to marry
You
him?
got to marry him?
Don't know. But I think it is the right thing to do.
Okay, I guess.
Uni. Quiet! I wish we could help somehow.
But yeah, it's interesting to
Some
see
way.
like how everyone's energy towards it changed from between Guado Salam and
okay.
this like kind of revelation when she actually says she
I'll
wants to
be
do it.
fine.
Like the gut reaction from everyone was kind of more how they're really feeling
She says I'm sorry.
about the
He
situation.
says it's fine. She's willing to face sin. She's privileged. I didn't understand. But somehow, I felt like I didn't belong.
Poor
But
times.
if I didn't belong with them, I'd be stuck in Spira, alone. And being alone in that place, well, I didn't want to think about it.
Next, we're going to Makalania Temple. Yuna can talk with Seymour there. We Guardians will wait until they're done and plan our next move. Understood?
Yeah, the stakes are going up and Oren's starting to take charge a little more here.
Everyone, focus on the enemy.
Now that he's started to realize what's going on here. Things are getting a bit more interesting and dangerous. We've got plenty of time here. Let's just see if we can get the TKO to work. There it is. So for this session, like gameplay-wise, we haven't made a huge amount of progress. It's been there's been a lot of dialogue and cutscenes for this one,
That's
but
how it's done.
the next session I think should be pretty interesting, depending how far we manage to get. Lulu definitely going to steal the show. She does have steel. That is correct. We've all been to a wedding where we're looking at that one bridesmaid instead of the bride. That's Lulu. I can see that for sure. Okay. Final bit of strength for Kumari coming up, and that's pretty much all he's getting in this playthrough. Or is it? I counted 25. I must have miscounted before. I thought he was going to get up to 25. No, 23. Oh wait, that might be a +4. Yeah, okay, it is 25. And what is this? Shell. Okay, that's interesting. That's a good one, you know. We are going to be facing the likes of Seymour and his like double Thundaras and whatever, so that's pretty good. We haven't really needed to use stuff like Protect yet. Walker's had Protect for a little while, but I think most battles are not really long enough to make it worth it. Tyler stays winning. He does. He's definitely doing well. And we don't have any fortune spheres here. Yeah, I think damage output for Anima is going to be a bit difficult, depending on who we've got and how things are going to work. But I think we should be able to manage it. We'll just have to see. Let's not think too far ahead.
Bring it on.
Right.
So, how shall we do this?
Try a bio, just in case TKO takes a while to work. Everyone's got pretty good HP, honestly. He doesn't really need to go. Yes, indeed, Toby. We do have bio for Seymour that could definitely be effective as well. So we'll be looking to use that for sure. Honestly, just nab some more gil. Why not? But there you go. Now, does a KO'd character still get experience? Does this mod kind of do that? Okay, at least it's fair in that sense. If you get KO'd, you get no experience. And yes, we also have full break. So, yeah, we've definitely got some tools against Seymour. I'm not too worried. I think maybe Anima and doing the damage before Oblivion could be a bit of an issue. But we'll see. But yeah, without steel, the Guado Guardians could also be a problem, I guess. Yeah, so we're going to have to see. Hopefully I get to it next session. But Markalania takes quite a long time, and I'm going to wrap up in about 10 minutes or so. So we'll just have to see. Don't need to rush. Going to be plenty of sessions ahead. Okay, it's a fun battle. First Seymour battle was my one stumbling block on the first run. Yeah, most people's stumbling blocks on their first run tends to be one of the Seymour battles. Or Unalesca. I'm not going to activate any more catch stars at this stage. TK will get rid of the Guado minions, that's true. Do they have any resistance? If they have no resistance, then yeah, the TKO should do the job pretty handily. Yeah, I always knew they could be petrified, but I forgot if Stone Touch was enough to petrify them or not, or if they needed like a petrify grenade or something like that. Yeah, Seymour Flux I definitely think is one of the kind of, if I was to do a poll, I think Seymour Flux would be one of the top enemies where people had a tough time. But yeah, does anyone in chat remember if the Guado Guardians have any resistance against petrification, or if we can just use a Stone Touch weapon like the TKO? It's been a long time. Okay. Okay, someone says 90% resistance. That's what I mean, so the TKO won't work against them. Need petrify grenade. Okay, we'll have to see. So maybe it will be a challenging battle once we get there. Without the ability to steal and the ability to petrify, it could definitely be more difficult. But we always have tricks up our sleeve. So already, well, I don't know if you can get Shooting Star by then. I forget if you get the Shooting Star before it. They have no resistance, says Carifian. I'll go with what Carifian says. No offense, I trust Carifian on his Final Fantasy X mechanical knowledge. And we'll just have to see for ourselves once we get there. That's the thing about Final Fantasy X. There's one thing I've learned over the years is just there's so many different ways to approach the battles and that kind of thing. Usually if one avenue is blocked off, there's another one available. And sometimes there's 10 different ways to do it. So I'm sure we'll get through. You get Shooting Star after Spheromorph. Okay, nice. So we can definitely use that too. Okay, good job, Riku. She's made it out. Okay. I do like this little interaction here as well.
You're worried about Yuna.
Of course I'm worried about her. What is she thinking?
The simplest answer would be, in exchange for agreeing to marry him, she hopes to negotiate with Seymour.
Negotiate what?
Negotiate what?
I wonder.
Another one of those quick lines.
What? all by herself?
She's strong, but Seymour is the better negotiator.
Well then, why don't we do something about it?
Yuna wants it this way.
I just don't get it. Doesn't she trust us?
On the contrary, she doesn't want us caught up in whatever it is she's planning.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But that makes me worry even more. She could just tell us.
That's the way she is. She's naive, serious to a fault, and doesn't ask for help.
You're probably right.
She's easy to read, but
Yuna's
hard to
easy to
guard.
read.
Stand by her always.
Yeah, she is.
But hard to guard. Stand by her. Always.
Like everything he says is gold.
Slowpokes!
Sorry. It's funny how calm I was. Maybe it was because I'd realized that Yuna wasn't marrying Seymour for love. Not really. It was just her duty. Something she had to do before returning to her pilgrimage. That's what I kept telling myself anyway. And well, maybe. I realized that Yuna and I'd never,
You know.
Yuna, let's go.
See you later, Real. Take care. Thanks for joining us. Ah, this thing. Another place that, like, in a future remake is going to be glorious. Beautiful song. Okay. So let's throw in a save here. The one good thing, I guess, is we've got those blue elementals that do a lot of damage and they have a lot of health, but we do have Ludo with Thundara, so that can help us kind of get through them a little more quickly. I think that's one area where, like, the death touch weapon you can get is definitely helpful. Okay, Road, since you wanted to highlight it, I will read this joke out loud. Where does Aerith keep her weapons? In the staff room. On a more serious note, thank you to Burke, mods, and community. Yeah, we appreciate you too, and your sometimes questionable jokes. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay, last bit of strength for Kimari. And there it is. So that's where he's maxed out. Yeah, and literally we only have these two left. Okay. Yeah, Riku not helpful for much of anything at the moment. Is this a plus? No, it's only a +2. +3. Like, once she gets to about here, maybe she'll start to have a bit more impact. But we'll see. Okay. So I'll do a few encounters and then I will wrap up for today, I think. So let's get into it. See what we can do. Yeah, one of the only things I'm worried about is that is with the encounter that has 2 water elementals. So I might even put this on. Yeah, Kimari doesn't have protection against it either. Okay. Kimari has his uses. I mean, he's still got things like Demi, so if there's bosses that are weak to Demi or like high HP enemies, we can do that. We can use Threaten. So he will still be showing up. But I think because of his small sphere grid, obviously he's a bit less likely to be useful than some of the others. Okay. TKO works against this enemy, I think. see if I'm right. Yes, indeed. So TKO still reigns supreme. Like, the TKO can carry you for quite a long time in this game. Does this guy give you anything? Is it one of these where these NPCs along the path give you something? I don't think so. One more time? No, okay. Okay, another... normally you'd be obviously wanting to steal from this guy and stuff. We can't do any of that. Can use death in a pinch, but we don't really need it. I'm still going to rely on the TKO to do the work here. There you go. What did I ever used to do before the TKO? And we're getting quite a nice bit of gil as well, so for future items and stuff. You should fight Dark Shiva before the Calm Lands on this file. Sure, I'll do that. At least someone has shown me that it's definitely doable. So why not? I still need to do the next level penance extreme challenge. So that's something. Oh my god, I forgot about this completely. Holy shit! I totally forgot that he has that, and he can almost use 2 of them. Whoa. Yeah. That's nuts. Does he? How much more MP does he get? He gets 1 more node. So just about enough to... No. Auto life is 97, so I think he'll never get enough MP to use 2, I think. Unless we obviously like lower his MP cost. Oh wait, no, there is another one, I think. Yeah, he should be able to use 2. Nice. And Tidus getting a magic boost is huge, because of course he's got Flare and Waterger. And Delay Buster. That can also be useful, because she's got a decent amount of MP to go with it. So, I mean, the toolkit is pretty large here. There's a lot of things we can potentially do. So that's nice. Penance but not knowing there is a turn order. That's why the P Birdman mod, the battle that he did where you couldn't see the CTB, I thought that was pretty genius. Like, experienced players lean on the CTB quite heavily, and so it really kind of threw me off when I couldn't see it and plan around it. Now, this is one place where I always get disoriented. I always forget if I was coming from the left or from the right. Was I coming from the left or the right? I forgot. This is one area where, to me, like, a lot of the winding paths look the same, so I always end up going the wrong way. Go right. My instinct was to go right, but I've definitely had times where I've been wrong before and had to backtrack again. Oh, this was the right way. Okay. We are still on track. Yeah, Tidus becoming increasingly ineffective here, aside from his magic, of course. It's a shame we don't get a 1.5 with fire, but I'm sure his magic stat is too low. With a magic +3, maybe his Waterger is enough here. Should be. Very nice, okay. Not so nice. Still gonna take this guy out anyway. And then... It's funny, it's almost as if the game knows that Waka's like the main threat here.
Take that.
I feel like he gets picked on more. There we go. Yeah, the overkills are definitely helping with the AP as well. So let's just see, is this where the Bartello scene happens? It's close to it, right? I think we'll watch the Bartello scene and then we'll wrap it up.
Say your prayers.
So, this is the one I was curious about. How much damage are we doing with this? Oof, just not enough. That's a bit annoying. Again, Waka got picked on. They tried to petrify him. Get out of here. Okay. Should be able to finish it off from here. Yeah, you can see the TKO still just... Most things are susceptible to it still. Still, instinctively, I keep going to Yuna to heal when I'm in the menu, obviously. Hey!
Have you seen Donna?
Donna? Can't say I have.
What's up?
We got separated on the way here. Damn it all! I've got to find her!
Calm down.
But if anything happens to her...
The iconic zoom in's coming.
Running around in a panic is not going to help. Right now, you have to keep cool and search.
But...
What?
Guard your emotions, then guard your summoner.
Here it is. Iconic.
You're right.
Shall we search?
No, I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you, Sir Aaron.
What's up?
Oh, I just wanted to wish him good luck.
Okay. I think I will start to wrap it up in like the next minute or two. I'll probably get past like the next screen. Again, by the way, Waka got picked on and petrified. I don't know what the deal is with this Waka situation. But the game is clever sometimes, man. He just keeps getting picked on. Okay, finally. Can finish this off, I think. It's good that we brought a few more softs, though. There we go. Do you think Auron is aware of how cool he is? Especially when he's around Bartello, I definitely think he does. Like he kind of revels a little bit in it. I can see that a bit. The Thunder and Water Elementals are truly terrifying in the P-Burman mod. They got quite the buff since you first played it. Fair play. I mean, it was pretty nasty. The best of times.
A butterfly with rainbow wings will lead the way to secret things.
So again, this is the kind of thing where I guess you could probably do some of this stuff if you wanted to, but for now I'm gonna push on still. I think I'm gonna bump into it by accident anyway. Nope. Okay. Right, once again, basically, ideally Waka does all the work, but we've got a decent amount of MP now. Tidus can start to really take out like multiple enemies. And we don't have to look after his MP quite as much as before. Surprised no one's been poisoned. I guess we do have a bit of Serum Ward, but not for Tidus at least. Look at Tidus getting a Slayer overdrive through his magic. Okay. So the autosave kicked in there. We should be fine to continue from here. I will wrap things up here. Are you going to 100% this run? That's not the plan. The plan is just to get to the end of the game. If we want to do some post-game, some monster arena and more, then we'll definitely look into that. But for now, I'm just looking forward to hopefully completing the game with this randomizer. So I will see you guys soon for the next session. It will be in 2 weeks' time. As I say, 2 weeks, Tuesday, same time slot, 1:30 p.m. UK time. And we'll be getting into the next series of boss battles. Like, it's one of the most boss battle heavy sections of the game. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it too. So thank you all for coming out and watching the live stream. And I will see you guys for the next one.